She's one of the most beloved TV moms of all time. Meredith Baxter starred as the matriarch of the Keaton family on Family Ties for 7 seasons. And in recent years, she's devoted a lot of her time to her skincare line and her breast cancer fund. But this morning, she's here to reveal something about herself. Meredith, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? Because before we talk specifically about what we're going to talk about, I'm interested about your comfort level in talking about this on national television.
Well, I have to admit to a certain level of anxiety. I'm a very private person. I've always lived a very private life, and to come out and disclose stuff is it's really antithetical to who I am.
And what you want to disclose is...
Yeah,
do you want me to say it or you to say it? I don't know. What's the appropriate etiquette here?
Well, I guess I should be willing to say that I'm a lesbian, and it was a later in life recognition of that fact.
There are people right now sitting at home.
Like, what? What?
And they may have to push their jaws back up because they think of you as the quintessential TV mom. But they also, if they followed your life at all, as fans would, know that you are 3 times married. With 5 children. Exactly, not still. That's illegal in most states. But that you were married 3 times with 5 children, and they're saying, wait a second, when did this happen?
You know, it's an excellent question, and some people are saying, well, you're living a lie. And, you know, the truth is not at all. You know, this has only been like for the past 7 years.
Was it in meeting one particular person that opened your eyes in this way? Was it a different series of events? What happened?
Yes, I got involved with someone I never expected to get involved with, and it was that kind of awakening. And I never fought it, because it was like, oh, I understand why, you know, that I had the issues I had early in my life, that I had a great deal of difficulty connecting with men in relationships. You know, sometimes, I assumed I was a bad picker, which I think I was indeed, but I also was involved with people who made me think, oh, they're the problem, because there were problems with the people I chose. So it never occurred to me to think, oh, it's me.
So this first relationship you had with another woman, did it create one of those B-movie moments where you go home and you go into the bathroom and you look in the mirror and you say, I'm gay, and then you repeat it 6 or 7 times? Mm-hmm. Or was it a more subtle...
It was just like, okay, I see, I get it. All right, fine.
Talk to me about discussing this with your children. As I mentioned, you have 5 children. They range in age from 40s to 20s.
Yeah, my youngest are the 25-year-old twins, and they range up to my oldest is 42.
What'd you say?
You know, I said I think I'm gay. My oldest boy said, I knew. You know, I think he's a smart aleck. But the rest of them were just very loving and supportive. And I wasn't sure how I was going to tell my stepdad, who is an old comedy writer, producer, and my mom had died like the year before. And I went to Alan and I said, I'm dating women. And he said, so am I. And that was it.
Matter of fact.
The support and from my family and anyone close to me has been so immediate and unqualified. I'm really been blessed.
You're involved in a relationship now with someone who I know is very special to you. I think for the past 4 years.
Yeah,
or
just
so.
about 4 years. Nancy Locke. Mm-hmm.
And Nancy has been out her adult life.
Yes.
For her whole so what was it like, Meredith, to mesh this lifestyle you were living, which was somewhat closeted, with a relationship with someone who was openly gay? How did you manage that?
Well, at first it was a little tough, and as much as my family knew, you know, I was not ready to make any big announcement. I didn't want to do that, and there was one time when I said, when I was concerned that there might be some press interest, and
tabloid photographers, things like that.
I didn't know, but I got a little paranoid, and I said, and Nancy is a general contractor, so she has a truck, as you do if you're a good contractor. Right. And I said, could you park down the street, please? And she said, no. It's like, oh, all right. And I had to reach a level of comfort, because it wasn't fair to push her back into some kind of secrecy. And the nice thing is that we live very out lives in Los Angeles.
And no one has really made a big deal of it. I do understand, though, Meredith, that one of the tabloids is going to be publishing a story about this, and that might serve as some impetus to talk about it now. But I also read that when you say we live very out lives, you went on a cruise not long ago.
Yes.
That was with 1,200 lesbians.
Yes.
And so at some point you were asking to be revealed.
That is the truth. You know, I don't want to be worried all the time. And there's some level of concern just because I am so private. And, you know, I knew I was pushing it. And I guess I was taking the step thinking, okay, let's just let it happen.
Let's get it over with.
Let it happen. But the truth was, I did not want some tabloid to take a story and make it up. So I wanted it to be in my own words, and because my Family Ties crew and I were here 2 years ago with you. You were the guy.
Yeah, and you know what you said to me? You said it was interesting. You were talking to me 2 years ago about Family Ties, and Nancy was back in the hotel, so you were living this life that you couldn't reveal.
And I want to say, all my pals on Family Ties know. You know, they all knew here. We all had dinners together, and Michael Gross and his wife and Nancy and I go out. We've gone out many times together. It's all okay.
Most importantly, are you very happy now?
I'm extraordinarily happy. And, you know, I want to say that I'm not a very political person. I've done political things before, but it's been brought to my attention that this is a political act, even though that's not what it feels like to me. It just feels like personal exposure, and it's uncomfortable. But my understanding is that so much research has been done that says that if anybody knows someone who is gay or lesbian, then when they are addressing gay or lesbian issues, political issues that affect their rights, they are less likely to vote against them, to take away their rights. So if you knew me before and you cared about me before, I'm the same woman. I'm the same mother to all these children. And if I can be that lesbian you know now, okay, well, if I vote this way, then that actually might affect this person I know, that Meredith.
So how does it feel now that we talked about it?
I'm going to die.
You survived.
Yeah, are we done?
Yeah. Thank you so much for
Thank
talking
you, Matt.
to me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for being the guy.
Thanks. And you can read more about Meredith's story in this week's issue of People magazine.